using his final State of the Schools address to shine a spotlight on public education, outgoing Los Angeles Unified Schools Chief Austin Beutner also used the moment to call on all Angelenos to make sure every child receives a good education. In a speech centered on the theme that the nation's second-largest K-12 system has served as a model for other districts, Beutner made a case for why an address about public education deserved to be delivered at the Hollywood Bowl, on the same stage where such artists as Ella Fitzgerald, the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix have performed. People come from all over the world to celebrate in the cultural heritage found in our community, Beutner said about the venue in the opening remarks of his speech. I can't think of a more fitting location to celebrate public education. The Tuesday, June 15th, event featured performances by LAUSD students who sang, performed jazz numbers and led the Pledge of Allegiance in multiple languages. They performed before a crowd of nearly 1,000 administrators, educators and community members. Beutner, who will step down as superintendent at the end of this month, devoted a good chunk of his speech to highlighting LAUSD's nation-leading response to the coronavirus pandemic, including, despite criticisms from some parents that the district took way too long to reopen campuses, Beutner maintained that the decision to remain closed at the start of the last school year, just like the decision to close schools last March ahead of any guidance from the state or county, saved lives. He further credited the district as a leader in advocating for state and national COVID-19 relief dollars. That advocacy, he said, led to record funding for LAUSD for the coming school year, which will allow the district to spend more than $24,000 per student, over $7,000 more than 3 years ago, and allow additional teachers, counselors and custodians to be hired. To demonstrate how this will help students, Beutner noted that, in the school year that just ended, the district hired additional reading teachers to work with young students whose education had been disrupted in spring 2020 due to the pandemic and who, as a result, were struggling to read. Through the district's Primary Promise initiative, students who received extra support caught up to their peers mid-year, with Black students and English learners logging the greatest gains, he said. Yet for all the work provided by district staff to support students, Beutner stressed that it takes the whole of society to ensure all students receive a quality education. On Tuesday, he thanked the individual donors and organizations that stepped up to support students during the pandemic.